I just heard the news of a hostage deal where Hamas is willing to trade hostages for prisoners. Now, and Trump is okay with this. Trump has always gotten our people out without any money being sent over, without any swaps or anything like that. And now this is now going on. Don't get me wrong. I want our hostages home as badly as everybody else. This is a bad deal, what Trump would call a bad deal. And this is a bad deal you walk away from because it's a bad deal. Because they want to swap hostages for Hamas terrorists. Okay? And they've already said that they're planning another October 7th. Once they got their prisoners out, and I've also heard it said that they're recruiting new fighters to replace those that were killed. Okay, I was under the impression that Hamas was like almost defeated. And that has also been the goal of Benjamin Netanyahu to defeat Hamas and eliminate them. This this deal does not follow through with that goal and agenda. Okay, and I remember that I think I said this already. I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself. Trump rescued some American hostages from Russia without a swap, without money sent over. And all that needs to happen is for the United States, and they did this. Biden did this by swapping hostages for prisoners. That's a bad deal. And it sends a message over to our adversaries and enemies. Ah, I know how we could get our prisoners back by kidnapping some Americans or Israelis, and they'll be right in our hands. They'll be eating out of our hands. That is what is going on. And I'm hoping that Israeli parliament disapproves of this and will not agree to it. This is a bad deal. Bad deal. It should be swatted over the nose like a bad dog. Bad deal. Bad deal. You go over to the doghouse and you think about what you just uh, suggested. Bad deal. You're a bad deal. You know. And they're not only talking about planning another October 7th, and months ago, somebody said in a video on that side, there'll be more October 7th and more October 7th. Every day will be October. We'll do as many as possible. We want more October 7th again and again and again. That's what they said. And I believe them. That's their whole mentality. They want more October 7th because that's the way they live. That's their whole framework. And they can't think outside of that. It's a sick mindset, but that's them. We are thinking like Americans and everybody else think like we do. And that is a naive and reckless way of thinking. There are evil people in the world. And what they did on October 7th and what they're planning to do for another October 7th is just shows just how evil these people are. Now, if that wasn't bad enough, I heard that Hamas is changing the conditions of the deal, which is no surprise to me. They have shown this behavior ever since 2005 when they took over the Gaza Strip. And I remember that so vividly because they tried to put out propaganda that made Israel look like the bad guy. And when I saw that, I said, this is back in 2005. So we're talking 20 years ago. Okay. And I said back in 2005, these Hamas are as bad as the Nazis with their propaganda. That is purely right out of the Nazi playbook with propaganda against the Jews. You know, and propaganda about everybody else. Like when Hitler planned that sneak attack on England in the dead of night, nobody knew of it except a few generals. And then when England retaliated, Hitler went on radio saying, "Oh, those evil Englishmen! What they did, they attacked your homes without provocation." You know, and so the whole country was behind him in that. It's all lies, all propaganda, and Hamas plays right out of that playbook. Right out of that playbook. And I saw it 20 years ago in 2005. Now, so if that wasn't bad enough, now I heard on the news that Hamas is changing the conditions that instead of 30 or so hostages being released for about 1,000 or 100 fighters, they're now only going to release three. Just three. Only three. And this is why you don't negotiate with terrorists. Harrison Ford said that in the movie Air Force One. And it's absolutely correct. You never negotiate with terrorists. They only have one sight in mind, and that is to destroy and to conquer. That's their whole mindset. So, as badly as I want those hostages sent home, this is a bad deal, and I'm really surprised that Trump agreed to this or said this was a good idea. This was a bad deal. A very bad deal. And the Trump of what, 8 years ago, 6 years ago, would never have agreed to something like this. So, because if they're promising another October 7th, when they were promising another October 7th, as a matter of fact, they were promising like 100 million October 7th, you know, it's never going to end with them. And because of that, it's never going to end with us. This will be an ongoing fight as long as we keep allowing the Hamas organization to be remanned, and restored. And they'll do it again and they'll do it again and again. And how many more innocent lives will this exchange cost us? So, anyway, that's all I want to say. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And I'll see you later. Take care, guys. See you soon. Bye.